Today I'm going to show you how to build a scene that's going to incorporate a whole bunch of different icons to reflect all of your different social networks. Something that when people see it, it's going to help guide them towards your social pages. Before we get into it, I want to remind you that I live stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/AnnihilateThis. I'm there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, so feel free to drop me a follow. To help you get started with this, I've included a zip file in the description down below. Feel free to download it. It's going to have a whole bunch of icons for a lot of the popular social networks. If you're looking for a particular icon that isn't included in this pack though, what I recommend is going to Google and doing an image search for example, Twitter icon PNG or Twitter icon transparent, and this should get you what you're looking for. To confirm that the icon is transparent, when you click on it, you should see a whole bunch of white and gray squares kind of alternating in the background. And when you download it and open it, it should have a completely white background. So I recommend extracting this zip file to a folder on your computer that has all of your Twitch stuff inside of it. So I have a Twitch folder on my Dropbox, and inside of that I have another folder for images, and then in there I put the links to these social icons. And you might notice that inside the zip file there's two different folders. There's going to be one for what's live and one for the original icons. So to make things a whole lot simpler, and if you have to change things later, I recommend downloading all of your icons and putting them in the original folder, and then anything that you're actually actively using inside of OBS, you put inside the live folder. The reason that this is going to be super helpful is that down the line, we might end up changing the sizes of some of the icons, and the ones in the live folder are going to be the ones changing, and the ones in the original folder can just stay there all the same, and you're never going to have to tweak them. So now we can head over to OBS. Inside OBS, what we're going to want to do is create a new scene. So for this one, what we'll do is we'll call this one tutorial. And then inside of this scene, we're going to want to add these icons. So if we go into add image, you can call it whatever you want. For this one, I'm just going to call it image by default, and then browse for the file. And now what you want to do is make sure that you're in the social icons, and then you're inside the live section. So live, and you can see all the different icons that I'm currently using, and we can add one of them in. And you can see we now have an icon. And then you can position this wherever you want on the screen. Now, you might run into an issue where the icons are going to be either too small or too large. And in this case, what you're going to want to do is resize the files rather than using the transform function inside of OBS. If we start transforming things inside OBS, what you'll notice is that the quality actually decreases quite a lot. So if you take something that's small and start making it larger, you're going to notice it's all pixelated. And if you did the opposite, where it's something that's too large and you're making it much smaller, you'll notice that it also starts getting kind of like too sharp and jagged looking. So since we don't want to be using the transform function inside OBS, you can right click on the icon, go to transform, and then go to reset transform, which is going to put it back to its original size. So to get these icons the right size, what we can do is visit this website called Simple Image Resizer. Now, if we're on this site, all we have to do is click select image, and it might take a second for it to open up, and then you'll navigate to the correct folder. So we're going to make sure that we're using the correct icons. So what we're going to do is going to go to original, and then select the icon you want to resize. So let's pick Instagram, for example. And then I like to use the percentage, and you can drag this slider to see how much smaller you want to actually make this. The only downside of this is you can't actually see the size as you're kind of dragging the slider. So you might have to do this a few times to get the right size. But once you're happy, try and click the resize button. And then you can click on download, right click the image and go to save image as. So you can save this in the live folder and overwrite any of the icons that might have been there before. And if this icon was already inside of OBS, it should update automatically. So you can see in real time how large the icon actually is. So another thing you might have noticed about these icons is that I've taken all the color out of them and that they're white. Now this is totally optional, but if you want to do something like this and change the colors of them, we can use this website called Pixlr. The link will be down in the description below. So I only recommend using this once you have the icons at the correct size, but you could always do this to the original files if you want to. So once we're on the website, what we want to do is click on open image and then select the icon you want to modify. So if we select Instagram again and we open it up, it'll open up a very basic photo editor. And if we go to the side here and we go to adjust, it'll bring up some sliders that you can start tweaking to modify how the image looks. So I think for mine, what I did was I completely removed all the color. So I went from saturation from everything to nothing. And then I probably also went and bumped up the brightness all the way. And that's all I needed to do to make it completely white. If you're happy with that, what you can do is go and click on save, and you're going to save it as a PNG file to keep that transparent background. And then you can download it. So after you have all the icons you want and you have them arranged, you'll end up with something like this, where we have our handful of icons, and you can probably put your name beneath it. Or you could do a slash beside each of your icons with your name on that platform, because your name might be different on some different social platforms. Another option, if you want to change the colors inside of OBS, is you could right click, add a filter, and you can do a color correction filter in here as well. And say I want my Twitter icon to be blue now, I can go and select color and then pick a blue color that I like and hit OK, and it'll be updated in real time. And once you're done and happy with all of your icons, what you can do is add them to any other scene. So for example, if we look at one of my basic scenes, like my BRB scene here, you can see that inside there are a handful of different elements, and one of them is socials. So my social scene looks identical to the one I was just showing you, and all you have to do is click on the plus and add a scene. So you kind of have a scene within a scene, and then pick the scene that you want to use. So for mine, I have it named components socials, but we could also use the one that we were just testing, which was for the tutorial. And you can see it looks identical, and you can kind of move it around. Everything's transparent, so you just kind of place it where you want on the screen. And that's all there is to it. So that was a super basic tutorial on how to create a scene with icons linking to all your social networks. If you found the video helpful, be sure to leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. You guys have been killing it with likes, so keep it up. Before I get out of here, I'd like to remind you one more time that I live stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/AnnihilateThis. I'm there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, so I hope to see you there. Until next time. Oh, we're still stalling. Holy shit, let's go, dude! Let's go! Let's go!